right.
Okay, so tell me when. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is singing and snapping. Now, the idea here is to do two things at once. To snap in a way that replicates the fall of the hi-hat, replicating where the backbeat came from before we played it on the snare drum. And that came from the idea of ding, chuck, da ding, chuck, da ding, chuck, da ding. It's a landing point. So we want to get our snap to land as if it's really just falling. Dead weight, tree falls in the forest, and we snap at the bottom. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, ding, da ding, ding, da ding. The motion again is if I'm taking my forearm, throwing it up in the air and letting it fall back down. It's not two motions, it's one motion. It's cool. 3, 4. It doesn't have to be this big, it can be small as long as I'm still capturing the snap. And I'm not going so I'm not going 1, 2, 3, 4. See how there I'm snapping at the top of the motion and I'm not waiting to get to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we fall, we drop, and we catch the snap at the bottom of our motion. 1, 2. Very cool, right? Relax, easy, fun, no big deal, all right? Just let it fall, all right? Now, on top of that, we're going to sing. And by singing, what I mean is any eighth note that you see in these Ted Reed pages we're going to be working on is a short syllable. An eighth note is a short syllable. Dit, dit, okay? A quarter note is a long syllable, or a dotted quarter note is a long syllable, or several eighth notes strung together via ties, they are a long syllable. And we're going to use for a long syllable, da. So we have dit and da. Okay, now we're going to emphasize the da wherever it may be. Sometimes the da will fall on a downbeat, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sometimes it will fall on an offbeat, on the ands. Okay, so if you look at page 34 of Ted Reed, number 1, it's going to go like this: 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da. Now, people, when they do this exercise, they get hung up on, how do I sing it? And it has to be always a dit and a da. It doesn't have to be dit and da. It can be sku pa, ki sla, ba, shu, a, ge, ja, ka. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're really being honest with the syncopated feel. This is what syncopation is. Syncopation is the interplay between stressing a dominant note, which is stressing 1, 2, 3, and 4, and stressing an offbeat, which is the and. And we're doing it as swung eighth notes, because the idea is what we're doing is what African Americans took European rhythms and what they did with them, which is number 1, they swung them, and number 2, they syncopated them in a particular way, which is different. If I was to do this in a European way, the same exercise, it would be dit da, dit da, da, dit da, dit da, da, dit da, dit da, da, dit da, 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 right? So that is, everything is based on 1, 2, 3, and 4. It sounds much more like march music or classical music, right? So now we're taking the same thing, we do it the African American way, the syncopated way. Di da, di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da. Number 2, da, di da, di da, 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 di da. Number 3, da, da, di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da, di da. 4, di da, di da, di da, di da. Okay? You see how this goes. Now, remember, when we're doing these things, we're not a robot. When I speak to you, I don't speak like this. So put some life into it. Sing it. Give it some personality. Give it some verve. Think about the way Louis Armstrong used to scat or sing a tune. That's what we're doing here. We're taking these notes off the page and we're turning them into music. So you have to let your inner creative self run free while you do this and get into it. Because when you sit down at the drum set and claim that you are a jazz player, unless you are letting your inner self run free in the expression of these syncopated phrases, then I don't know what you're doing. Then you are a robot. So, if you do a 4-bar phrase, sing it like a 4-bar phrase. So here's number 1 again. Di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da, di da, di da, da. I just did it. It was like a sentence. It had a flow. It had a beginning. It came up. It went down. It began, and then it went down at the end. So when you speak, you have a natural flow to how you speak. Most people do that. If you just spoke like this, people would think there was something wrong with you, right? So it's the same with music. Put this into your music, okay? So that is singing and snapping. Very good.